Yo, what's up? This is Jacob Mina Go by Bafana Mzumbe.
And I am Jabu McDonald.
And it's your boy Cardi Solo.
And welcome to another episode of
The Review.
And we are still your connoisseurs of entertainment and everything worth knowing. And two questions. Can we talk? Is the space safe?
Yes, sir. Yes, like the housemates. Yes, sir.
Sir, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Anyway, guys, how are you doing, man? How are you doing? How are you guys doing?
We are great. It's been a hectic week.
It's always
It's always hectic.
My week was not as hectic, but I think after Thursday, it started like becoming busy. And then,
Yeah, you're also on TV too. Like, now the triangulation has triangulated. You've been on spills.
Imagine the Avengers have avenged, and then we've all been on television. Guys, see, like we have serious people here. And I'm telling you guys that we have really serious people because all of us have been on TV now.
Yes.
On live show, Cold Space with Biggie. That was an amazing experience. It was the most amazing experience. I never thought live television was like that. I've only been like pre-recorded shows and stuff like that. But like live television is a lot of work, bro.
A lot of moving pieces.
Yeah, like you just have to. Yeah, I applaud the lady, bro. Like
she's doing a great job.
She's always energetic.
Yeah,
on and off camera.
She is like, because even when I got there, like energy was like here and everything. And she actually watched the show. And she likes the show and she want to come to the show.
So like, anytime.
And she was like, I want to come to your show. I want us to talk and everything. But I don't think like now people like, but I'll come.
Yeah, she must come after the show.
Because right now she's on the job and people will think, because like she's not going to be very free to express her opinion. Yeah. But like, more than anything, shout out to her, man. She's doing an amazing job there, bro. Like, that job is a lot. And people, like, it's just so easy for people to sit behind the screen and, like, say whatever they want to say. But, like, it is one daunting job. And also, Ahmed Leclerc, the king, Otono.
How was that?
It was such a surreal moment, bro. It's like a full circle moment because he's one of the people that I really, really liked. It's like, when I speak about someone, from Big Brother that I felt like he was the greatest ever to come to the show. It's him, And when I saw him, and he knew me. I'm like, oh, hey, Bafana, you Bafana, right? I'm like, yeah, how do you know? I'm like, I know you. You're apparently a big thing. I'm like, where? I'm trying to be like you. I'm trying to be a big thing. I'm just like, it was a really, very, very overwhelming moment. It was a very good. And also, Blue Ava was there. It was very nice. It was like,
so Leclerc was like calmer when you met him.
He was so calm.
On the show, you
was
know
a
what to
lot. He was a lot.
He was very like calm. But when he started talking, you get like you get the vibes. Like you saw. Anyway, this is another exciting episode of the review. And man, appreciate the love and also the response from previous episode we had with Offense. And if you haven't watched it, you can go check it out on YouTube right now. Like, check it's there. And right now it's really doing well. People are loving it, enjoying it. People were laughing about it. Like, how does it feel about that episode, guys?
I think it was very fun because I like the fact that he was more free to talk about what he wanted to say.
Yeah.
Because most of the time when these Big Brother housemates do interviews, it's like they're trying so hard to like sugarcoat a lot of things and not be entirely honest. And I think for me, it's how you open up about a lot of things, his experience in the house, certain housemates he had conflicts with, and how he felt about certain housemates. And he didn't... there was no fear of getting that backlash because that's offensive. The offensive that we saw in Big Brother, the same offensive that we had on the episode.
He was actually very nervous about the backlash that he was gonna probably get about the episode. But I was like, dude, you told your truth. You weren't offensive. I think
he didn't come for anybody.
You didn't come for anyone.
Yes.
It's your. And I think people need to realize this thing, right? We're human beings. We have an opinion about things. We're all entitled to our opinion. If it doesn't match yours, it doesn't mean that it's wrong.
Yeah. And also it's a competition. So obviously if you're competition, you're just going to analyze the competition as well. Yeah. The people that you're competing with. So we were just trying to get into his head to find out, okay, what was he thinking about such a situation? And this man said a lot of things. And a lot of people agree with him. Funny things. Because like if you read the comments, people, they actually liked his energy. And like that's what I'm just saying. Like,
not the Liema fans.
Yeah, no, that Liema part part was like, what are you saying? But the Dube part, and also they didn't mostly agree with a shape, but they also there was like a balance of comments and everything. But overall, it sparked a conversation and it created a conversation. And shout out to him, man. We're gonna try to get some more housemates. Like, drop in the comments which housemates would you like for us to get for an interview that has been out already. We know now that some housemates are literally languishing outside because they've been evicted this past weekend. But we're gonna get into that just a little bit short. Now we're gonna have to go to the most important thing, the most important segment of the show, TV news, because you want to know what's happening in the TV industry with Louisa McDonald. Imagine.
Yes, you've got Louisa McDonald.
We got like the TV news with Xaba McDonald, who's gonna give us all the 411 what is happening, the new shows, the new casting, everything that is happening in the industry right now. Xaba, please take us through what has been happening in the industry currently.
It's interesting. It's an interesting time in terms of how television is making decisions in terms of who they cast and what type of characters they want to portray. And I'm talking about this because I'm talking about Skeem Sam hiring Ulunga Mufukeng to play a teacher on the show. And also Utalita Ndima, who I feel like she's one of the best actresses in South Africa. She hardly gets the recognition that she deserves. She has also joined Skeem Sam. And there was a lot of backlash in terms of that decision because people felt like they're taking away the true essence of what the show is about and who should be represented on the show, because now they feel like a lot of Nguni actors are being added on this show, and for them it's taking away that thing that belongs to a certain group, because now Bapedi feel represented on Skeem Sam and their language is represented on the show, on the couch and everything else, but they have concerns about the
direction.
Yes, the direction of the people they're bringing on the show. And I explained this on my post that television is a very interesting thing because we may have a certain group of people on just one show, but not all of them are going to bring the numbers that the channel will need. And people forget that television is about numbers. And them moving the show from the 6:30 time slot to the 7:30 time slot was done for a certain purpose. And also they wanted the show to grow and reach bigger numbers, and it did. Recently they announced that they got 4.5 million views, which is a lot for a show like that. Soapies hardly do that well anymore, that much. And for them to bring in those people, it's just to help push the numbers and also continue with the great storytelling that they have on the show. But not forgetting that Skeem Sam is a representative of a lot of Bapedi people. And for me, as long as majority of those characters are Bapedi people, that's fine for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, because at the moment, maybe the casting maybe of Skeem Sam becomes predominantly Nguni people over Bapedi people, then there's going to be a problem for me. Why are we having a majority of people in the show that is predominantly Bapedi, you know? So if it's still like the minority of people, because I don't think you can have a show that's literally just one group of people.
We've seen it before. It doesn't work. Mubango was there for years, but there's a reason why Mubango worked, because they had a great balance of who's on the show. They had Nguni actors, they had Basutu Bapedi. It was a mixture.
It was,
and it just appealed to everyone. And this is why I feel like shows work that way. They need to be appealing to everyone, not just specific.
And it's so funny because Mantule has always been there. The family Mantule has always been there. The Zulu people, but nobody was complaining about it.
To them, they saw her as Umpedi now. That's how.
No, but I think it's because she knows how to balance Zulu and Nespedi. So I think that makes her bearable. I don't want to use the word bearable, but bearable in a way where, for people to watch. It's all like, and people forget, when it comes to Joburg, it makes so much sense to have a lot of Nguni people, because if you look at how things are in general.
Yeah, because even remember the time when they were introducing the university part, there was a lot of Zulu people casted during the time. They were like, oh, who's this guy that drank 20 shots?
Oros Mampu.
And also, the one who played
Natasha
Tane, Nozu, Konchanga.
A lot of people.
There was just a lot of people from different parts.
Tribes.
Any other shows we can look forward to, or any casting news?
Any other stuff? There isn't really much new stuff announced as yet, but I think it's the ending of it's the end of Inimba season 1 this week, which is very interesting. It's been a long journey, the ups and downs of the show. Uhlati versus Zoleka versus Tumeka, Zoleka versus Sydney, then
Zoleka versus everybody.
Yes, it was Zoleka against the world, basically. And there's a lot of pressure when it comes to the finale because we don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah,
the show has
we saw
been
the
known to be
trailer. I think we're going to
unpredictable.
discuss it like right to the time when you're discussing the drama fix. I don't know if I saw correctly that the Ultimate Girls Trip is actually having
a reunion. Yes, it is. It is having a reunion, and guess who's hosting? My Blur. My Blur returns to host.
Like, oh, what a shock. Oh, really? No, I'm kidding. I love my Blur as a host.
Yes, and also remember, there's never been a reunion for Ultimate Girls Trip, which is under the Real Housewives.
Ever.
Yes, so this is the first ever in the world Ultimate Girls Trip to have a reunion, and it is the first one in Africa, in the world also.
And I think we all know why though.
Yeah, I think it's a good and a bad thing, but we'll talk about that.
No. A lot of things needed to be addressed, and I think we needed the reunion.
Anyway, let's get now to our reality check, and where now we just deep dive into the reality shows, and we know the first show that we look into is Big Brother. In Big Brother Mzansi this past week, it was week 4. Everything was just crazy. Like everything was crazy. The first week started off so wild with live nominations, and Big Brother said the house must be separated. I'm a boys ngala, I'm a girls ngala, and it was just crazy the entire week. Now we're gonna get into Big Brother Mzansi recap. We're gonna just dissect and discuss everything that has been happening within the show from the past week. And I know we have a lot to say about what happened in the past week. There's been evictions, there's been strikes, there's been a lot of things. We're gonna try to suppress and get everything chopped down in this segment. And yeah, guys, just go into the comment section and tell us your favorite moment and also your craziest moment in the Big Brother from last week. Guys, what week was that?
I think week 4 stands for week falling because everything was falling in that house. Like we got like I think battle lines were drawn this week, and people's true colors were starting to show.
And people were fed up with certain things.
People were just fed up with so many things, and we literally got to a point where things started getting close to the verge of physical, you know, this week. I think there's a clip I saw yesterday at the highlights. I was like, damn, you know, if you don't watch Big Brother, there's things you miss. Because there's a clip where Trixie was like, Uyewavisa Uthando with the shoe. I didn't see that, right? Because I saw that whole fight in the middle of the night, but I missed that part. And I'm like, damn, so much actually happened and people almost got wild.
I was saying, who I was saying it to yesterday, I'm like, I think I was on a live on TikTok. I was like, guys, what happened on Thursday was something you can write stories for weeks about.
Listen, that's a plot line for like a whole month.
That has never happened on Big Brother.
There was so much happening on the day that you could have missed a lot of things. You probably going out for like that 10 minutes, dude, miss something.
Just to give everyone context, so we have like a WhatsApp group, and literally like I saw the text, you know, guys, the house. I'm like, quickly, let me just watch the show, right? And already, I will always go back like to the 10 minutes that it'll give you. So I'll go back, watch it from the 10 minutes. But as I'm trying to catch up, I'm like, okay, guys, what the hell is going on? Where did this start? Who did what? Why are we here? Because it gets so crazy.
Yeah, it helps me because I stream. I can just start from the previous hour where it started everything and like watch back. But also, I'm still behind now. People are talking about something that I haven't seen.
And you're just trying to catch up, and then the camera people will move the camera.
Giving everything, bro. Like last week, I think it was a crazy time, and I was extremely happy when Big Brother introduced the separation thingy. And I feel like, you know, it's one thing that we needed. Maybe also for the housemate, they needed that because they needed to separate themselves from the comforts of being Jolo and being like tied to their partners and just exist outside of that situation. And I feel like that exposed a lot of things that within the parties, the women and the boys, that some don't really know how to coexist, you know? Like, I know we saw.
Yeah, some of them are dependent on each other. And I think also it showed that some girls just hardly can't chill with girls, with other girls. Like some girls just, especially with Goki, you could tell that Goki was...
She had it.
She was tired. She was
like, Vuvuzela, where are you?
Yes, she just wanted to be with the gents. And also it was overwhelming for her at some point because they were constantly arguing all the time. There was always an argument. It's this person and that person and that person. Because it started with Tandega or Ilano, then Ilano no Ramona, then became a whole huge thing. Ramona no Tandega, they are separating themselves. Ukuthi bayibone iphinda ukuthi unokuzenzela ama-performance akazi
in history of people that never been seen before.
Performance like 3 manje.
And the funny thing is that the previous week they were trying to create this woman union type of thing of like sisterhood must come together.
Kumbaya.
Big Brother gives them a moment to enhance and actually amplify the sisterhood that they're trying to make the other week.
Yeah.
Oh, and guess who was giving the rules?
It was the person that was causing the division.
Yes. Because she literally told the woman, if we have our own differences, let's put our differences aside
and actually do the task.
And guess what?
You're the one who doesn't want to participate.
She can't take her own opinion, you know?
Yeah, I know people that are narcissists usually. And you know what? I'm so sorry. I'm going to say it with my chest.
Why are you so filtered? Are you scared now?
You know what? I think, screw it. Tandeka is a narcissist. Hey, Xaba, we're going to get cancelled.
Yeah.
Our show is just growing legs. Chigi chigi by block up it. Snabo coconuts. But I think let's just call what it is, like a thing, right? Tandeka is a narcissist. Tandeka is a hypocrite. The biggest one in that house, because you can't consistently want to say, let's do things like let's put our differences aside, and then you're the first person who can't put your differences aside to get a task done. I'm not going to deny that yes, a lot of shit happened in the house this week. Stuff was being done to Tandeka as well, but she can never ever sit back and reflect on what have I done, how did we get here. And I do think something that I am starting to agree with is the fact that Tandeka is very cushioned in that house. I feel like and the boys are also filtering into that, because now there's a lot of this thing where, because the boys had her back, she felt validated to be like, yeah, it's these girls, they're the problem.
Even with Ramona alone, she felt validated by Ramona.
Exactly.
Yeah, by one person.
And Koki, because Koki was flip-flopping. But I do think, and also, I think another thing that I really do want to say, and going back to production, you know, I think now some of the things that people are saying, Tandeka is a little bit coddled. Like, when Tandeka has to get into trouble for something, it's like she gets called into the diary room, and Tumi must come and go ask everyone for the wig so that she can get it back.
See what they talk about in the diary room.
Exactly. Like, what are you? I just feel like there's something about her diary session on Friday was the funniest, because she just spoke and spoke. Tandeka, this is the end of our diary session.
Sharp, my sister.
No, I just think that she's not able to look in the mirror.
I think she lacks accountability. She lacks awareness of her own actions.
Definitely.
Everything is just like, she's the victim of everything. Like, other than that, she's an angel in everything, you know? Because even with the situation of the task itself, like last week, she told like everyone that they shouldn't participating, and then joined the last hour.
Right.
And then after that, she called a woman meeting and tried to bring people together and try to, you know, like just have a meeting together. Then comes the following week, the girls and the boys were supposed to have their own separate camps and create a task for the wager task that's going to happen on Thursday. She's pulling out of that, and
her Bonet was more present than she was.
Her diva tendencies, like honestly, it's been they've let her get away with a lot, so much that she feels like she can get away with just about anything. And this whole narrative of her being this victim, the girls are always against and stuff like that. Sometimes you need to look within yourself and like, what did I actually do to this person for the person to react this way? And also, her fans are just making it worse. And I just know when she comes out of the house, she's just going to be even worse.
And you guys you already created one monster after Big Brother. You're going to create another one.
Yeah, we're going to have 2 monsters and it's, it's going to be a lot of shitty, bro. And
and notice how we didn't say names, ne?
Yeah.
But watch them
but
you'll guess for yourself.
Yeah. But I feel like also in a sense of like, you know, in terms of the Big Brother, as we talk about like now the transgressions, or should we start with the live nominations? Because
which is where I think that's where it started.
Because it's probably it's where everything kind of started, because people took all those reasons very like to heart.
This one's favorite. Okay, sorry, I like Trixie as well. I do like Trixie, but she's also a hypocrite. Was she not the one that was saying when they said live nominations, like, no guys, we're all friends here, we all love each other, right? As soon as Tandeka says her name, bitch, thief of a silver platter or whatever. Like, did you see that flip?
Didn't you also threaten Umeli? Like, I'm gonna shoot you outside or something?
Yeah, like there was, whenever she got nominated, she just started like getting so upset. So she was also a hypocrite. So I do think, if we're going to be honest, right, the thing started brewing there.
So, yeah, I think everybody took those nominations
very personally,
like deeply personally, and to a point that in some people, even like with the Liema situation, it's created Liema nominating Meli, it's created a section for the boys Dube to actually now gossip. I'm like,
now Meli's like, what is this?
What?
Yeah.
I feel like some people shouldn't be taking anything personal when it comes to nomination,
because it's a game after all.
You are also given the privilege to nominate someone and to give in a reason to do so.
Yeah.
So I don't understand how now you are going to. Everybody must find a reason to nominate you.
Cookie took it more personal. She
than
took it
everyone else.
more personal, because I remember what she said about Diddy, and for how she even said it, it felt like she's always wanted to say it, and now she found the opportunity to do it. And for me, what I like about the live nominations, it's where you get to see who's brave enough to say what they've been saying all along in the diary
room.
I mean, in the diary room, look at Neliswa. Neliswa's been very consistent in nominating Uthando.
Yes.
And she never stopped.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if she does it again today.
And that's the thing. I was so happy that when to see people actually standing on business and like literally doing that. I'm doing what I've been doing in the diary room. And like,
might as well just do it, yeah.
Do it, yeah.
Yeah, to be frank, Koki and Thandeka's face-to-face nominations, for me, they were my two favorite people that nominated, because they were so honest about it. Like, they didn't give a fuck. It wasn't like, I'm trying to coddle anyone's feelings. I feel this way about you, and that's why I'm nominating you.
Yeah, even Butcher B as well. Like when
with the Liema thing.
Yeah, she was just like, oh, she's not mad to say it. Like she was like, okay, I'm gonna say it, and that's what we need, bro. Like it takes 2 million is on the line here. Like, do you think Ashay and Bravo B go like nominating themselves? Like, was it
Bravo B? I don't think it was a strategy. I just think he didn't have anyone to nominate at that time. Ashay, it was a game.
Didn't want to.
You see, with Ashay, I think it's a very smart move, to preserve the persona that people have.
What did Offensa say? The Ubuntu. Mandela.
It's because nobody knows who is he against, who is he fighting to. Even though he can nominate in the diary room, nobody can know. But now the fact that then he nominated himself, people will still keep on guessing, but they will never know what he's like thinking in his head. Of which it's a good ammunition to have to keep your cards close to your chest, because like showing your hand sometimes can really backfire. But for him, he has this clean look, trying to like, oh, I'm not that malicious. I'm not trying to come for anybody. I'm just gonna be kumbaya
with everyone.
Yeah, I'm kumbaya with everyone. I'm keeping it that. And then he took the gamble, and it's worked because he was saved.
Didn't
Bushe B call him a coward?
She was the loudest one.
Even when she was nominated, I knew it. You're gonna do it. Typical. Yeah. What?
She was very loud about it. Look where she is now. I'm joking.
Coming back to now the fights that transpired from Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. There was a match. There was a pay-per-view match every day.
SmackDown was going on.
What happened in that house? Why there were so many fights this past week?
Yeah, the girls were obvious though.
I like what Thandeka said in a diary session when she said she feels like Trixie tries to control a lot. And for me, it felt funny because that's how she is also. Because even when they chose Ramona as a representative, for the ladies didn't know who they wanted to pick, and they just went with Ramona. And maybe it could be an age thing because she's old and they probably think she's wiser. I don't know. But I think she secretly wanted to be picked as a representative. And even if they did pick her as a representative, the results would have been the same because Thandeka likes controlling and she doesn't like listening to other people. And she would have felt like she knows better than everyone else. And she would have wanted to control everything and not also let other people put in their input because they've done the same thing to her. And this would have probably been an opportunity for her to get that revenge because people all the time when she suggests something, she always feels like they sideline her, stuff. They don't want to listen to her. So I think she wanted to be a representative, but unfortunately didn't happen for her.
But she pushed for Ramona. I think she pushed for Ramona
but
because
also,
she knew she could
did you see
Ramona
that in the notes that it was written that she put Ramona's name for a reason?
Yeah,
it was
strategic.
strategic, yeah, to put Ramona's name. It was not because just, oh, it's good for the team. It was personal strategy from her side.
I can get what I want through
Ramona.
She can.
But I was so shocked with Ramona's switch this past week, bro. Like I was like,
very disappointed.
I was very disappointed mostly with her, and I didn't think Ramona would literally stoop that low and actually try to play a villain game, you know. And
I don't even think she knew that she was a villain at that time. I think
she
Ramona
she was on
like,
the right side.
Yeah, she felt like she was a victim also.
But the thing is, like, it's a sense of like, not to say like she's old. I don't want to use that because everybody in that house is old.
Someone said she's 35. Is that true?
She's 37.
Okay,
you know.
That is not that old, guys.
Even that's why I'm saying I'm not gonna try to use their age. I'm trying to just like everybody in the house is old enough, like, to know what's right and wrong, and in any sense. So what I'm saying is that Ramona is one person that I never anticipated to get into such a very
messy situation.
She's always been the kumbaya lady,
and she always been also like trying to keep it together with the ladies, and like also trying to everything. But also with her, with Ilano, you could tell it, and then their relationship was just like spiraling, and also just straying a lot. But I felt like they could still, like, you know, get it together.
Fix things,
but the fact that Ramona was just fighting with everybody, Liema, Ilano, like the girls generally, and also to a point that now they say like, oh, we're gonna do our own task presentation. I'm just like, and also the reason why also I feel like that's also contributed to her to fighting with Liema, because Liema called her out for not being a good representative, you know, not calling out people, not being very like not leading in the right manner, and I think that also put her off in a sense. But out of everything that happened, she was the person that literally disappointed me.
I was gonna say I feel like she disappointed me, especially with Ilano. I think Ramona and Ilano used to be they used to be close, right? They used to have a really good relationship, especially when the Tanays and them were around. So I think that disappointed me, that as much as you might feel like the ladies are bullying Uthandeka, right? You feel like, okay, they're provoking her. If that's your stance, fine, stand on it. But your stance doesn't mean that you have to flip and become just like the person who you think they're bullying, right? Because she stoops to her level to a point that even now she's crying, saying, oh, Thandeka is the one that actually made her say those things.
You said it because you knew what you were doing.
You knew what you
was
were
wrong.
doing.
Imagine, like, you're old, as I said. Everybody's old in that house to actually compute whatever that they want to say in their mind and say it. And then if you note in what you're saying, because it was something that was said earlier, you heard what was said, and now you took it like, okay, it's a right thing to say. No, you can note, okay, as much as like I'm with this person right now, and I'm okay with that. We are a team in the sense. I can say still, I'm like, that is wrong. That is not okay.
I can still call them out.
I wish Smash Africa had asked her that question. It's unfortunate that thing happened on, was it on
Sunday, I think.
Sunday,
yes. When she was crashing out, it was Sunday after the strikes.
I wish Smash had asked a question about that. Like, Ramona, do you feel like you were influenced to say what you did, to say what you said to Ilano? Were you influenced by Uthandeka? I would have loved to hear a response on that, because I know she would have never been honest about it.
She said,
considering now the fights that happened with Trixie, also the stabbing thing.
Yeah, she was doing too much.
She
was doing too much, and for me, it felt a bit scary, because it felt like she actually was planning to act on it. The fact that she kept on saying, you know what, come now, let me evict myself, let's fight now. For me, it felt like she was willing to take it that far, and that was scary.
I only saw the clip when she was lying in bed with Didi, and I never saw the one she was like in the living area where they were eating, where she would like even stood up and demonstrating how she was going to do it. I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
Like, this is crazy. Like, and I was just like, I didn't see that part. I only saw when she was like lying in bed with Didi. I thought, okay, I know it's just someone being angry, you know, like just, but like the moment I saw like in her face and how she was saying it, it was different, bro. Like it was different. And I feel like anybody, even them listening to what she was saying, I'm sure they were like, okay, this is scary.
It's scary, yeah.
You know, in a sense, because like, and also the funny part is that now she's also playing to the stereotype of coloureds, you know, like they want to stab each other. Not so long ago, someone...
King Wonder, is that you?
Like, you know?
That sounds exactly like what King Wonder said before.
It's because now King Wonder said that about stabbing of whatever and stuff like that. It's a coloured thing, whatever. But now Tracy now plays right into that. And it just tells me that, okay, these housemates are very not... Okay, yeah, like... It's a game, yes, I understand. But like, there are things that you can't get yourself to to feel and like
and also they forget Uguti they represent it. Let's say Trixie was the only colored person in the house. She's literally representing a lot of colored people who probably had dreams of going to Big Brother. Also, now they're seeing themselves on television. So if you're going to play into that stereotype of what people have been saying about colored people and stuff like that, it's very wrong. And I remember I'm going back to when King Wanda had that fight, not Danny Jones. And I remember when Trixie said that, I'm not going to hide it. Colored people do step and they like it. I'm going to be very honest about it. And I didn't like that comment because now you're already giving people the answer that, oh, the stereotype is actually true. People they actually do that. For me, it felt wrong. And the fact that she kept on saying, I want to stab, I want to do this, like, Trixie, no, you're doing too much.
I think, at the core of what Big Brother is, right? And I was actually analyzing this this week. We need to remember Big Brother, excuse me, it's a social experiment, right? And it puts you in that environment to see what parts of you are actually going to come. Like, the situations are literally going to make you become the worst version of yourself, right?
Sure.
Because you can only pretend for so long.
Yeah.
And it gets to a point where being amongst these people who are so different to you, who don't do things the way that you do, who boil their face in a pot in the kitchen.
Disgusting.
People who talk about stabbing, it gets to a point where you can't hide that anymore.
Get irritated,
You get irritated, and even the transphobic comments, right? For me, I feel like no amount of what was done to any of those people was warranted, those comments. And Ilano, Ilano was very brave to take the comments the way that she did. I just think that people who are consistently saying that, but Thandeka was provoked, no one is going to provoke you to a point where you're going to insult someone on what makes them a human being.
Find something
it's like
else.
it's like saying, I was making an example. It's a very stupid example of like saying, what if now I'm at you at the club, whatever, or somewhere like establishment, and then I bump into a white person and maybe I spill a drink.
Exactly.
And then they call me a kafir or something. They use a K word, like, in a sense. As much as like they're agitated and angry with what I did, but using that word, the K word, and being racist towards me, it doesn't justify that. There's no justification because that's how this tells me that's who you are, because that's your character. You are a transphobic or a racist person.
Yeah.
Because you don't say racist things if you're not a racist, and you don't say transphobic thing if you're not a transphobic. So if any you say those things, that's because that's who you are. They represent
that's what you've been thinking.
And I'm so glad. Listen, shout out to Big Brother, shout out to the Don, because when the Don came out to the kitchen running and saying, oh, Thandeka said this, and King Wanda was like, shocked, and Melly is also disappointed, and like, don't do that. A lot of people didn't believe that. Like, people tried to be like, no, we didn't see the clip of her saying it. It didn't happen. Now, when we do see the clip, what are you going to say now? Because she did say that. She does feel like that. And for her to sit on that couch and continue to still say, I regret saying it. I'm remorseful for saying it, but I'm not going to apologize to the person. Keep your apology.
And she never even did it once. She still came for Ilana in terms of the hormones that she takes.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, if you can go to the extent of actually going to the medication she takes, and also whatever that she's taking.
That's being cruel.
That's because you are going. The depth of your transphobia is literally rooted deeper than we actually think. It's not even surface level, because like they can be like, okay, you just a transphobic person that you just maybe said
slipped.
Like you just said something that you probably see, but like to go to say that any this medication must be stopped.
And Thandeka's smart. She knew exactly what she was saying.
You can't say that. And the funny thing now, all the videos that are online are being reported and being removed. Like in the history of Big Brother, we've always seen clips being posted online and everything, but
that's the first time I've seen them
been reported or taken down. But all of them are now being removed online. But trust you me, they're not gonna be gone forever.
Of course, it's on the internet. It's gonna live there forever.
That's the thing. That's your legacy right now for your Big Brother entirety. That's your legacy, because
with brands too,
and everything, you're gonna be known for being a very transphobic person.
Yeah, and I'm sorry, it's guys, Thandeka fans, whoever you are. Yes, you can call Thandeka the entertainment, but there are certain things, there are certain lines you just do not cross, and that's one that. And also, if you're like, it's the remorse thing as well. If you're not gonna be remorseful about it, keep your apology. Don't expect people.
She was given like 3 opportunities to apologize, but not even
said
one.
No.
Did Ramona apologize?
I don't know. I don't think she's apologized.
I've seen it.
She's still upset at herself.
No, remember Ramona, they asked about it and she said, she wanted to hurt Ilano at that time because she also felt like Ilano hurt her. So she wanted to do it as like revenge.
But she could have
so both women, and also if Ramona doesn't apologize, it's because of the person that she hangs out with. Both of them feel like they're victims. And now they're going to try and tell each other that, yeah, they deserved it. Yes, we took it a bit too far, but it's what they deserve.
Two girls coming together and saying exactly.
Yes.
Like, no.
Well, Big Brother, after those situations, the stabbing things that was said by Trixie, and also the transphobic comments, and also the prank that Liema pulled, of which I also find very problematic in a sense of like, once you have admitted to you taking something, I feel like you should take it back. Literally. And for her to like say, if you want it, she must come to me.
I didn't like that.
That was very crass.
She was trying to raffle feathers.
And that's what I'm saying. That is the form of provocation that Big Brother was talking about. That you are then now like provoking a reaction from her, because if you now have admitted to have taken the wig, you bring it back where you took it. You don't now like hold it or keep it where it was until what, because if and now it's because you want to face with the person and get a reaction out of them. You know what's going to happen. And I found that that was valid, because in a sense of like, you are pulling a prank should be okay, I'm pulling a prank, I've hidden it for a while, and then now you admit, you come aside, I was joking, here's this. The prank shouldn't be like in a sense of like, now you like,
now it's personal.
You have a power play in the sense of like, oh, okay, I want to show you who's boss now, want to come at me and everything. That was very bad of Liema. No one should actually be doing and pulling pranks, and if they're gonna do things like that. And that's why, like, I feel her getting a strike might be a little bit too excessive, but I feel like it's also warranted for her to get something, because she had a part to play. And also coming to Tandega's face and even pulling a bonnet, that was provocation. I'm not going to lie.
That she does deserve the strike.
She does deserve a strike. I'm not going to say, I know she doesn't deserve a strike. And because a lot of people have been asking me, what do I think about the whole thing? That's what I think. But I genuinely don't think that can literally be the same, can be penalized the same way as someone who was transphobic.
And or even also inciting violence.
Inciting violence. Those two have different levels of
the seriousness.
Seriousness of them, honestly. I don't think someone saying transphobic things and also being confrontational and also even terrorizing and saying things about housemates from the first day and the previous week was being punished for bad behavior. And then you think now you're going to give them a single strike. So you're telling me that all the other transgressions are not taken into consideration, but second one is that she was transphobic and also she didn't participate in a wager task.
And that's two different things. How are you getting one strike for two things that you have done wrong? It should be a strike for each thing. I didn't understand that.
It didn't make sense.
Whoever understands Big Brother's rules, please explain it to us like we're five, because I don't get how you get one strike for doing two things that were wrong, and how the weights is the same. Trixie's well deserved, right? She was inciting violence more than once.
It should be a wake up call.
It should be a wake. She was scared. She thought she was leaving yesterday. But I think Trixie learned her lesson. But I feel like Nabo, Ramona, and Tandeka deserve that same level of harshness to learn their lesson and see that this could get you kicked out of this house. So I don't think that the one strike thing was fair. But I think they all did deserve strikes, but the one strike, nah.
I feel like in a sense of like Big Brother, I feel like going forward, things should not be left till the last hour.
Yes.
He must be very like proactive, because I feel like he has been very much reactive in a sense of like, things are happening. Maybe it's going to get better. It's going to get better until it doesn't get better and then it gets worse.
Gets worse.
Because I feel like that's what happened last week. Everything was just like piling up. And it got to a point, it was like, shit is getting out of hand. And that's when now only also after like 2-3 days after everything has happened, only now he's like handing down sanctions and what. And I feel like he's not proactive enough. And even on Saturday, I was really a bit scared. I'm like, hey, what if that happens after the party and everything? But I was just glad it was just me and King Wanda just throwing a fit at each other. I think that was the most funniest part ever.
That was very funny. King Wanda, I didn't know you. I was not aware of your game, so yeah,
that was hilarious, man. Anyway, guys, that is the wrap of Big Brother Mzansi recap. We've been trying to cover everything, but now we're gonna go to Big Xaba. Big Xaba we saw like on Sunday. Guys, I don't think we'll talk a lot more about what happened, but we saw Nkule and Ngane confrontation that was happening.
I want to start by saying I stand with the kids and I believe everything.
Yes.
I was going to ask you guys, do you guys believe everything these kids are saying?
Yes.
Every single thing.
But don't you think they had a part to play too?
With what?
With what is happening with their relationship?
What do you mean exactly?
In terms of blame UVJ because I feel like UVJ likes using his kids as like pawns in his marriage.
True.
Because he did the same thing. He's always confiding in Usihle in terms of his marriage, which is very wrong because that's your daughter.
And
yes, and now you're telling her stuff that she shouldn't even know about your wife or whatever's happening between the two of you. And he did the same thing with Uti when he instructed his kids that they should kick out Ungule from Avoka. Already that on its own was very wrong because why are you involving the kids? Don't you have siblings to do that for you? So I think he is the reason why the kids behave the way.
Yeah, obviously, VJ is a power player here in this whole thing because even the decision to tell Unkelo to leave the house, why are you delegating that to the child?
Yeah, why is he saying that while you're on your deathbed?
Yeah, also, like, doesn't he have like Abantu, like he's like relatives or like elder people that he can talk to and do that? There's people that he was listening to with like
the sister, I think.
Yeah, that they were talking about Tenongoma or whatever something. Why didn't he not talk with those people?
What if like now I'm just throwing a spanner in the works and I just thought about it now. What if Nkule has something on VJ? Because that woman looks like she looks very conniving. Like, and I feel like because let's keep in mind that woman is still married to VJ legally, right?
Did you see even the man like their
wedding picture? Yeah. That woman is living in Avoka, and the story was that she came to visit the kids, but she stayed.
She stays there.
I find it so. I feel like VJ Uyamsaba Nkule for some reason. Maybe Nkule has something on VJ, or maybe Nkule is just like has VJ's nudes or something. But I really do feel like there's more to it because you can't be scared to kick someone out of your homestead and get your kids to go do that. And I think you're right. He's definitely the reason that the dynamic is as worse as it is. But I also do feel like Unkule also just hated all those kids because Unkule wanted VJ.
The daughter specifically.
But this thing of like her now swearing at the moms
that is
of the kids was just like insane.
That proves like a buffoon.
Because like Abono Bobby's like, it's okay to just I'm begging you or something like that. But to call them with the the H word. The H word is just crazy, bro.
That's like now, and I get why those girls are also angry. How dare you?
You see now, the first thing that she said to Nkule,
but don't you feel like that's also telling about Nkule's personality?
She is very vile because even when she was saying in the diary, let's say we are papa, but to some degree she's right about T. To some degree she's right about T. She's like she's forward, and I think that's her nature. But you can't fault her because that's how she is more than anything. But she was kind of right about her. But in a sense of like you can't now trying to go benjalo, so now you can make it like seem like it's a bad thing or a negative thing altogether.
Yeah.
Then that you have to actually that was very vile. Like,
and also, I'm starting to think that VJ is a type to poison his kids against the current wife that he would have had. And I think that's what he did with the kids because already he planted that seed ukuthi lo mama ukhohlakele and ngathi nokuthakatha uyathakatha. So ngikula nje because of who basically I'm blaming her because now the sickness came out of nowhere. And even if let's say that VJ got back together Nkule, how do you expect your kids to see Nkule
look at her now
going forward? Because already they have that thing planted in their minds, ukuthi lo mama khona kuyenza ngathi uyaganga nje. And already that on its own, it's wrong. Already you've created this bad narrative about this woman. And for me, that's very evil also on its own because it shows that he's very manipulative.
And also, like, why now you want to get Nkule out of the house while in your deathbed? Like, what?
All this time, Millen.
Why couldn't you do it before then? Why now that you have to do it now? Like, what's so pressing? And also, why not involving elderly people, not kids? Because I'm sure they were younger and stuff like that than they are right now to actually understand what was happening or actually like be able to. Because when everybody's sick, like more especially your parent, I'm sure you want like you're not okay. Like if someone says something like that, you think when of Oshutumbulali, when I went to this thing and stuff like that.
Now, who's doing this? Who told him that Gule is doing this? It could be the church members.
Also one song it's now, but they're more important.
So, like, in a sense of like now Gule situation, I don't think that situation gonna be resolved at any time.
Oh no, it's not. And it's gonna get, if VJ dies, it's gonna be 10 times worse because that woman is gonna fight for everything.
And now we're gonna move on to the Kardashians as Mzumbe. And we finally saw the first 2 episodes that premiered last week. Guys, how do you feel about the first 2 episodes? Like, that family.
Yeah, listen.
That family.
Give me more. Give me my Annie. Listen, that man has got an objective every season. Find a wife that I dislike the most, and I'm gonna drag her for the whole season. MaKhumalo, it's your season.
It's your season, mama. And right now, she's. I think she's trying to get like about brownie points out of the other wives, so Umayeni and Mangwabe. And I think the way he speaks about them, I'm like, how change of tune.
Sorry,
change of tune and stuff like that. So it's like, awa.
No, he's just very like, sorry.
The thing is calling, so I can't answer that.
Oh, okay. No, he's just very, I think, I almost called him MaKhumalo, but I mean, he was being taken care of by MaKhumalo anyway, so Bab Khumalo. But I do feel like he's very strategic in these mind games that he plays. Even that conversation that he had with Mpilo, right? Again, why are you involving a child in your things? That was so weird. That
suggestion was even wicked. Like, why would you even suggest that to your own kid?
Oh, that was very disgusting.
I didn't even understand how does this whole thing, like, like, how does it like come to this whole thing? Like, you have the sons. What's when the thing that's confusing me about this whole thing is that but Umpumelelo usanda bulobola. Where are they coming to? What's the muzi? Why are you now going to your daughters to try give you grandkids? You have grandkids with Ulonduzana Osne. Why are you not taking them with you?
But what did he say in that same scene about
exactly, he's contradicting himself because you can't say that you don't want and what but you're now asking Mpilo to give you grandkids.
Dude, Mpilo, have you ever, like, for me, I would still see Mpilo as a child. Like, why are you having that conversation with a child?
No, I think he's that mentality that when a girl is like 18 and above, she's already ready to have kids and get married, and it doesn't work that way anymore.
But now you want her to be labeled as a person who has kids out of wedlock just for your family to keep growing.
At some point when I thought I had to watch the scene again. I was like, is this suggesting Mpilo to have a surrogate? I was like, what's going on?
Because like, I don't understand what's in it. Indaba yokuthi uMaKhumalo nengane kodwa ucabe noMaKhumalo abazwani akeze ekhaya. There was so many things that he was saying that didn't make a lot of sense. And also what I'm feeling that Mseleku is using his sickness as a way to emotional blackmail everybody.
Hermione clocked him.
You know, like I think he's using that like I think he's using that to emotionally blackmail people to feel sorry for him. And I don't understand why you complain that the wife has left if you're the one who bought them the houses and gave them the key to go to these houses. What were you thinking? What was the end goal?
Even that whole situation with Banuput Vugani, may he so rest in peace. But he was talking some nonsense. That whole scene was also just like nonsense, man. That advice that you're giving.
It's a bit of the same feather. What do you expect?
Also, number one, lungisa isiling yako.
I don't understand what ceiling falling apart have to do with
the wives.
And it's been falling apart even before the wives left Mzumbe.
Come on, guys.
Even before. It's not like it's a recent thing. We saw when Snee was...
That's what I'm saying. He's so performative with the sympathy. Very. He's trying to gain sympathy from people.
No Crystal, no Buti Lulu.
Didn't you see when he was sweeping for the camera?
Yes.
Like, Aibo... He's really icing for
us. But like, nah, it's not landing.
Are you guys shocked that Mangwabe is not leaving?
No. I mean, the song that she's been singing for 5 seasons, No, and you see the way that now she was so confident. Like, it's like, girl, we knew. Like,
we've been new.
Like,
my family begged me to stay for the sake of the kids, blah blah blah, and stuff like that. We knew you didn't want to live. Even the fact that she accepted the new house, it already told you.
Yeah, the fact that she's in the new house with the
no, it's for what she did to the kids, though. That
emotional train wreck.
Yeah, why are you using your kids for that? Like, I felt like
because also now the kids have already now emotionally been scarred. You know, like
that episode on Unplugged where that poor child is crying because you're making her think your parents are getting divorced.
Yeah,
you know? But you know that you're going nowhere.
That was like emotional torture, bro. Like, it was very like wrong. And also, like, Abona MaKhumalo, like, do you guys think she's taking this too far? Because I feel like now I'm not against her finding an independence and everything, but do you now think that she is now trying to take this way too far than it already is? And her inability to try to reason and try to find a way, amicable way, as much as like Umangwabe, no mind were fighting with Tumosa, but they were fighting next to him. They were not fighting in the other parts of the world. Still like, okay, we're in different places, because I feel like now into MaKhumalo and Mseleku now it's because also there's distance now.
It's festering,
it's like it has created a big distance between the two of them. That and they don't talk. He doesn't come back to Mzumbe. He doesn't like talk about it regularly with them. Like, as much as like I understand that they are fighting, but I feel like if you're still married to someone, you need to keep closeness. But still maintain the because there's still a house. She's still a wife. And to now listen to your maternal family while you're still a wife, it's just kind of like crazy to me.
No, I think she wants Musa Mseleku to be the one to come to her and beg, basically, because she's tired and she feels like she's done way too much to try and fix things by herself. I think she wants Musa Mseleku to be the one to show how sincere he is. And I think that's why she's doing what she's doing right now. Because she's fed up. She's tired. She wants this man to be the one to come forward and be like, I went wrong here and there and there and there and there. And this is what I'm apologizing for. Can we find a way forward? I think that's what she wants at this moment.
Yeah.
So literally, she must grovel.
Yeah. In my opinion, you asked, do I feel like she's taking it too far? I don't feel like she's taking it far enough. She can take it further.
But the thing is, like, I'm not saying that she doesn't have a valid reason to be upset. She does have a valid reason to be upset or whatsoever. But I feel like there are two choices you have to make in a relationship or in a marriage. Do you either want to fix things or you don't?
But also, I think just also understanding the type of dynamic that she's in, right? MaKhumalo has watched this man literally try to, the way Akulma for like the past 2 seasons or past few seasons, she watched how he tried to like break them down, right? And not fix things. And remember, MaKhumalo is also the same person who Musa was probably going to sit down and have conversations about these wives. So MaKhumalo knows how Mseleku is. And MaKhumalo knows that Mseleku, in what he's doing, he knows exactly what he's doing. And maybe that's why Xabu's saying she wants him to come and grovel, because she's seen firsthand how he is when he turns against the other wives. And let's also be frank, MaKhumalo has been disrespected mad by Mseleku.
Very much.
So many times. And now he's doing it in such an accelerated pace to a point where she's just like, oh, uyangijikela fab, I'll let you be. Like, please show me.
And then that's why like Mseleku is trying to use that MaKhumalo turned on Mseleku egula to create this narrative that she left him while he was his weakest.
Angithi Mangabe is the reason that he was sick to begin with. Now, MaKhumalo left him when he was sick. So everything is everyone's fault.
It's never his fault.
And
he never takes accountability.
And that's the thing, as a person, you must acknowledge your part in everything that is happening, because a part doesn't only happen one side. There's always like a role that everybody plays into how the fight like manifests itself and also like grow within the relationship. Because I feel like in every situation there has to be that use no amakwapa. You just, okay, now I did this, I have to apologize for my part. And you can even see in that diaries that these people haven't seen each other. Like, they are just like there's just
the way they are next to each other is so weird.
Because like also if they came from Mzumbe together, I don't think MaKhumalo was gonna leave the house wearing that.
Yes, definitely not.
I saw the diary session and I kept on looking what MaKhumalo was wearing.
I'm sure he made a comment about it somewhere
behind the scenes. Yeah.
Last week we spoke about a real city Mokoti and we said Tsolo must come and tell us what is happening. Tsolo, my brother, please give us some tea. What's happening on that show? I watched the 2 episodes.
What are your thoughts on it?
It's really interesting, but there's just so many crazy things that I'm literally like
the polyamorous.
The polyamorous relationship is the messy one so far for me.
Yes, and I'm looking forward to seeing how that's going to unfold because number one, Ceci, you don't date a guy from Tutuza. Like there's parts of the East Rand where you just don't date people from there. So that's where the first risk was for her.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking forward to seeing Ceci's story unfold because I do think the whole dynamic.
Kids,
yeah, they've got 5 kids, but I don't think they're all his kids.
All his kids.
Yeah,
like maybe a previous relationship.
Yes, I do think they are. I do think it's a blended family. But again, the chaos is like they're not even married. They've been together for 5 years, and then Kim fell in love with him and not her. That is messy. I'm really looking forward to that. And also, with Anika as well. I mean, I know we've all seen her on social media, but the whole Lobola chats.
It's interesting.
It's quite interesting because I know like Xhosa people are very,
traditional, yeah.
And how much ntiki or enge. But after that, like Lobola should be paid at that point. So right now, that's like, there's a whole debate about that.
What was their wedding? Was it like a traditional wedding or white wedding?
Yeah, it was a traditional wedding, yeah.
I think it was basically like just, the families coming together. But
still, how are you doing traditional wedding without the lobola though?
Right? But for me, it's sketchy. The reason is sketchy because she wants it. And that's who keeps turning and me like... so I'm curious, why does he not want it?
The uncles, I don't know if it's the uncle.
Yeah.
He said like, I feel like I need to pay lobola and everything, but the mother but the mother doesn't want because the story keeps on changing.
It doesn't make sense. And I'm really curious as to what the real story is there because even how Anika in next week's episode is talking about she's the breadwinner, right?
That was out, bro.
Yeah, she shouldn't have mentioned that.
She shouldn't have mentioned that.
I'm starting to think that reality shows are a humiliation ritual for relationships.
Yeah.
Reality shows in South Africa are humiliation rituals for relationships because the things that sometimes they get out of there with like only in the name of content are just unnecessary because I don't understand her revealing that she's a breadwinner. What does this further the storyline or help with the storyline?
No, the thing is, I saw a clip of the husband explaining how he's very much comfortable with his wife sharing that information. I think that's why she decided to mention it on the show. So I think they are very comfortable as a couple of revealing a lot about themselves. That's why she was very confident in revealing it, according to him.
I don't have a problem with him being comfortable with the wife, like whatever. I'm just saying that there are elements of your relationship that you would rather keep to yourself, no matter how comfortable you are, because people will now have a thing of like having their opinions about it. Because there are things that you want to keep peace within your marriage and your relationship. Obviously, when people start talking about it, it just plays in your head also. No matter how comfortable you were.
You're going to read the comments, yeah.
It's going to get to you at some point. And that's why I'm just saying, like, you are just giving people things to just like...
You're giving them more... You're taking the bait now.
Because they're a beautiful couple. Like they just have this beautiful couple and beautiful family. And that's what we knew.
Yeah.
And there are things that you don't have to know. Now, everybody like that maybe look at the family. They're going to, auntie, when everything the decision that they make, they're going to,
yeah, exactly.
It's no longer about like the man has his ability. Because the breadwinner chat is not to say the guy doesn't have money. It's to say that he probably makes more money. And that's why probably now the
and people flip it, you're right, because then that's how he gets labeled. Or like already, I think there's been a lot of online backlash with that relationship, right? And like people saying very negative comments unnecessarily. So I do think that things like this kind of adds fire to the fuel.
Yeah.
I get you. It's like, yes, it might be true, but like the way that you say it and put it, right? You should do it in a way that's not going to like now create that label for you know, because
for your
he's going to be
relationship.
labeled like
They can't go private anymore.
They can't.
There's just like there's no going back at this point.
And that's what I'm saying. That's in reality shows are humiliation rituals for relationships. Like relationships go sour after like reality shows. Like I don't understand it because I feel like in a relationship you need to protect certain part of that things that are sacred in Mshadweni that are just gonna be between the two of you that you don't have to now let the thousands and the thousands of people know about.
Yeah. Okay, listen, as one of the thousands and thousands of people, I appreciate knowing your business. So please keep on giving it to us. But I hear you. Like,
no. Now we're gonna move to our favorite drama series on Drama Fix. We're gonna talk about Inimba, guys. We're on our last week of Inimba, and I'm really sad. I really am sad. Because now
I'm sad that season 2 isn't coming out immediately after.
Yeah, that's the sad thing. I'm just saying because like we're gonna have withdrawals like probably next week. I'm just like, we're supposed to be watching Nimba now. What am I gonna watch? You know?
Yeah.
But apparently there's a special coming, so maybe that's going to help us.
Anele, are you a part of that special? We just saw the pictures, by the way.
Yeah, Anele apparently is part of that special. So there's quite a lot of things that happening within that space. But yeah, no. Talking about what happened last week with Inimba, I saw Shati and Sydney having a trauma bonding session.
Hated that.
I love that.
It's like the two worst people in the series kind of
Zolega's biggest enemies. Like
it wasn't even about Zolega, guys. Why? Because I make everything about Zolega.
That's Basfoon.
It wasn't about Zolega. It was about them healing each other.
No, you know what? It was a great conversation that Shati and Sydney had about their kids, how there's similarities in terms of the relationships that they have with their sons. But also the timing is off, and considering how things are between the two families and how someone died, for me, that felt off because that shouldn't have happened.
But I feel at the same time, Shati couldn't have found a better person to confide in because he's in a similar predicament. They've both lost their kids. Right. Someone to the system, someone like through death because of them, like as parents failing. And they are going through the same situation of like the mothers of these kids are literally blaming them for the loss, you know. So it's might have been like maybe a very unorthodox like
trauma bonding
session, but it is like also it makes sense in a sense of like these people have a very identical story in aspect of like losing, and also the mothers and their wives like also like blaming them for the happenings of their sons' lives, you know?
Yeah, no, definitely. I just think for me, what I think annoys me about that whole thing, right, is that both of them left that whole interaction, right, with now opposing perspectives. Number one, Sydney's now questioning, crap, am I doing the right thing by actually letting my child go to jail? Shati on the other end is like, he's not a bad man. And, you know, mistakes were made. And now further forgetting about the importance.
Yes,
and Tumega's pain, right? And Tumega's pain is yet again. And I love what Tumega said on Friday's episode, where she was like, Uhlati vele, he just wants to humiliate me. He's like, he's just here.
The thing is about Utumega, it's very, like for me, it's kind of selfish for her to say that because Uhlati has been there for her throughout.
But did she lie though?
it doesn't matter if you like, because I don't think Uhlati went to Sydney to confide with him. He went there to fight for his son. But the thing is, like, we realize it's okay. He's fighting the wrong person because he was not the one behind the wheel.
True, but you know what Shati also once went to go do? Talk to Zolega, and they ended up getting back together. So do you see how Shati will go for one reason and come back with a different result? Because now you're coming back defending Sydney.
Yeah, no, I'm not defending things. I just like, and I'm understanding, because the most important thing here is being able to find in Uthando finding someone to confide in.
Yeah, I get
because
that. Yeah,
he has been one person, you know, like unable to speak to anybody. He's just been there for anyone. Uthando not accepting Nongaba's help was just so boring for me, because I'm just like, dog, you have no choice here.
Like, he annoyed me the entire week. It's the same thing with him. Uthando will always be stubborn because it depends on where the help comes from. If it's Lazarus no Zolega, it'll always be
a problem.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm curious though. Do you think they lost it?
I think they lost.
Yeah,
He probably got bail, ne?
It's probably like he like they probably got bail.
Yeah.
Like when they were like coming out, everybody was like, and Tumela was screaming, crying like Nikamba died all over again. Like I was just
she
like,
didn't scream this time.
She did.
She did.
Did she scream?
She screamed.
She screamed.
I didn't. Oh, okay, clearly, girl, you're crazy. It's like.
She screamed like you would swear like Ukamba died all over again.
Shoot, I must rewatch that again. I didn't hear it.
It was like the last part of the Friday episode.
Is it where they showed Klatzi's face?
Yeah, like it's
because
she went straight to the room and then stand behind the door and then we started to passage.
Oh yes, okay, no. I didn't notice that. Okay.
Yeah. We saw the teaser for this week, guys.
And people got so angry.
We are back.
Yeah.
We are so back.
I'm sure he's so happy about the Zolek and thing.
We are so back.
But one thing about these teasers don't give too much away. It was just a hug, guys.
But it was two instances. It was not one. There was in the kitchen and in the couch.
She literally touched me. It's like, I'm there for you. Then they hugged. It's like, no way.
Guys, come on. It's just
I'm just praying that Tumela comes when they are kissing. Yo, I will be so happy.
They kiss though.
I'm just praying that she enters. And then they're already kissing.
She better slap. So like I wanted to.
But you know, with Tumega, it doesn't have to be a kiss. The hug will be enough for her to just go.
But
crazy.
I just want it to be a kiss. I want to mess. I want him to see that and never mess with someone or the history.
You know the comments are right. He definitely hates Lazarus.
Yeah, you do. You hate Lazarus. You just want to see Lazarus suffer.
I want him to like see him stop trying to be a hero. Don't save her. She doesn't want to be saved.
You don't want to be saved. No, I do think. Okay, one thing I think I'm going to like comment on, right? I've seen like the backlash, right, on thingy way, and I don't know if it's. I do think in Imba fans sometimes we take it too far because they're like, yeah, no, keep your show. Like it's getting boring now.
They're tagging writers.
They're tagging just from one teaser and one shot. I just think, guys. We all know that these teasers don't always give us what they want.
That was the purpose of the teaser. To get that type of attention.
Yes. Now we angry, guys, but calm down, yo.
As much as like people are so mad about it, but this is the reality of that happens in people who share kids together during grief, they bond. And it kind of brings them together. It's not far-fetched what the writers are doing because sometimes like trauma, sometimes grief brings the people that anyway once together,
unresolved feelings,
because it's just constantly show that okay, they still have the care for each other and empathy and compassion with each other, and also the love. It must still be there. But now people still act like this doesn't exist. It doesn't happen in the real world. But unfortunately, guys, it does happen, and I'm happy that it does happen in this scenario.
I hope it does.
Whatever happens, Suzo, like I'm not gonna feel sorry for her. She deserves everything that's coming to her.
If you go back, Zolega, you deserve everything.
I am switching sides. I'm going to Megas. I'm joining to Megas camp at this point.
But anyway, guys, thank you so much for catching up with us and watching everything that we just put out. Anyway, please like and subscribe, and also check us out in other episodes that we put out. Check us on our socials and check us out everywhere because we are everywhere, guys. And also, man, thank you so much for every support that you've given us. And this is another exciting episode of the review with Bafana
and Jabu McDonald
and your boy Cartier Solo, and happy Valentine's Day.
Peace. Oh, you're talking about Valentine's?
Yes, that's why I'm dressed in red and white.
I can see Mr. BV's Valentine's.
Last week I had the hearts. You see, today's
it's Valentine's.
Right on theme.
Well, we don't have plans for Valentine's. Like, hey, bye.
Review.